Lynn is really going through it. Things are getting super freaky in South Freeland, and we told y'all Gambi was here to stay. Stay tuned. We got so much to talk about.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is this? I'm sorry. What just happened?
Listen, I feel like we went to South Freeland, we were hanging out with the white people. I was like, let's get weird with it.
I'm okay. If
Take it as it is. What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of Black Lightning. So sorry we weren't here last week, but y'all, it was Turkey Day. We were trying to hang out with our friends and family.
Right. Hope we had a good time, though.
Yeah. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving or whatever. We have so much to talk about tonight. We are talking about what's happening in South Freeland. We meet a new bad guy, the Looker. I don't really know how I feel about her. Lynn is going through it with these pod parents, and plus, Gambi is not dead, y'all, and we told y'all. And we hate saying that we told you so, but we told you so. Plus, we've got our OMBL moments, so make sure to start thinking of those. And as always, Porchia is going to break it down with Gamdar. I'm your girl, Drew Jones, and I could not do this without my handy-dandy girl over here.
Hey, guys. Hey, welcome back. It's Porchia. Did y'all like my voice when I said that? It's Porchia.
Yeah, it was very serious.
Yeah, because this is a lot of serious stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the first episode that we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Book of Blood, chapter 2.
Yeah, it got really messy in chapter 3, but
let's hop right into it though. So this is post Dr. Jace killing 14 of the pod babies, and now who is there to have to explain what's going on?
Yeah, this
with
town hall meeting that Lynn had with the parents, it was just like first and foremost, I just love the way Jeff was about to run up on old boy for her, because
I was like, a man.
He was tweaking. But she has to, let everybody know that, all of them didn't make it. And, we got a few dead. We don't know who did, but we do have a few dead. And that was heartbreaking for me, because I know how much time and effort that she put into trying to save them. Mm-hmm. So now she has her little babies, because that's the only heroic thing that she knows how to do, is be a doctor. Everybody else has these powers. Everybody else can fight. Here she is, then lost her battle as a doctor. And so she feels defeated. And I can see where she comes from with that. And I can see why she decided to drink and be crazy, And then homeboy was doing the most, hitting her with his car and everything. So she went through it, and I'm really sad for her.
Yeah, I felt bad for her. Plus, not Porchia, you're Porchia. Jennifer was giving her some attitude. Not attitude, but she was giving her some cold, hard truth a little bit.
And you know what? She deserved that.
She did.
She deserved that, because at the end of the day, you knew what this woman was capable of. You knew what you signed up for when you brought her on your team. You can only give a person so many strikes. She messed up a few times before she lied to you. You already knew what was going on. Just like we said in our previous episode, like, Lynn, no, you knew this lady wasn't right. You don't just trust what somebody say because they put some chemicals in front of you. She was just trying to put together your whole family bloodline and make them all, come up in there and give blood samples to create some more metahumans. So it wasn't nothing that you wasn't aware of. You knew this lady was crazy.
You did, and now you're paying for...
Because it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility.
Exactly.
I love the way that Jen put that.
It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. And that is a life lesson.
It's the way that they raised her.
Yeah. I was going to say, sometimes the parenting comes around and just slaps you right in the face.
Right.
So
it's a give and take situation.
It is.
You teach me something, I'm gonna let you know what you taught me when it's your turn.
Yep. Give and take. Just like, all relationships are a little bit of give and take. We like to give you all good content, and in return, we like you all to give us subscriptions and likes. And Porchia is going to tell you how you guys can do that.
Right. So, hey, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from drama to reality, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve you as television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that is tailor-made just for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments and we'll thank you on air. But for now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV Talk.
Yes, you guys already know we rock with you all heavy. Shout out to Black Magic 99, Christina Lauren, Ivan Soto, Fandom D Saint, the Queen of Regal. You know we love all y'all. So,
yeah, we love y'all.
And
just a little plug, make sure y'all, check out all the AfterBuzz TV dramas, because, I'm on a few of them.
Yeah,
But all of the dramas, go subscribe to them, because I be on them, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're on a couple other ones if you like seeing our faces.
Yes.
Go watch other ones. Khalil and Tobias are going through it.
I was waiting for the day, okay? Because that was my prediction last week. I was waiting for the day that Khalil cut up in that man, because both of y'all got super strength. At the end of the day, both of y'all got super strength, and that's all Tobias got to ride on, is his super strength and his weapons and his evil manner. Other than that, he ain't got nothing else. So go at that fool. I just hate that he lost the fight. But, he prepared himself for that. He prepared himself to lose. He wasn't, you can tell that he wasn't ready. He was fighting out of anger and not fighting out of wisdom. So it's like, how are we gonna win this when you hitting because you mad? You can only be mad in the fight for so long before it run out all your energy.
I definitely feel like there's still a lot of hope left for Khalil, just because he doesn't want to kill the pastor, even though Tobias tells him,
right,
you need to go shoot him out. And he's like,
Reverend Hope said, I ain't gotta do nothing but stay black and die. When I tell you, because we used to say that all the time, we was little. Well, we got that from, our people. But we used to say that all the time as little, when people tell us, you can't tell me what to do. All I got to do is stay black and die. So that was a nostalgic moment for me when he said that. I said, okay, so we on that. Yes.
Oh, so we really about the culture.
Yeah, we really about the culture on this show. Okay.
But I think Tobias is such an interesting villain, because I think a lot of his hatred is rooted in anti-blackness. And we, every time he does these little speeches, it's he's always saying something crazy about how black people are thugs, or black people are ignorant, or black people are whatever. And it's so wild to watch, because one, he is black, whether just because he's albino, he's still a black man. And two, I don't know, it's just interesting to see that level of self-hatred in a villain and see it portrayed out on other characters. But I really like the back and forth between Khalil and I almost said Ivan Soto because I looked at your name, Ivan. But I really like the back and forth between Khalil and Tobias. And I hope that...
And the fight, or the conversation that they had before the fight, when he let him know basically that he was the reason that he got shot.
No, I really like the need for... Khalil's need to stand his ground and fight and not completely give in to who Tobias is. I feel in a way Khalil's fighting against his own form of self-hatred. And I am here for it.
Because Tobias is responsible for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that he found that out, because he was really on some, evil because of Tobias. Tobias made him into this person thinking that, I saved you from something that Black Lightning put you through. When all in reality, no, it was you out there shooting fools. And that's how I ended up like this,
Yeah. Facts. I don't know. Obviously we're going to talk about it a little bit more in the second episode that we're doing tonight, but I'm glad to see that Khalil is kind of,
standing his ground,
trying to fight a little bit. I'm hoping that means that maybe we're going to see him flip sides, team up with Black Lightning.
I believe he is a flip sider. I believe
he's a pancake. He's just flip flopping.
I believe it. I never thought him as a villain. Mm-hmm. Especially not for the long run, but I knew he was going to come to terms with himself, because he's a good boy. Even when he wanted to be bad, even when he wanted to be mad, there were always moments where he would pull Jen to the side and let her know some real truth about, nah, we got to keep pushing forward. We got other stuff to do. We can't be thinking about that, and so now he has this whole, you basically come to Jesus moment where it's okay, I know I done messed up. I know I done did some stuff. But look, I did all of those actions out of my hurt and pain. And I realized that was a lot of hurt and pain. So now that I'm feeling a little bit better, let's try to make some better choices. And with those better choices, first and foremost, I got to leave Tobias alone. I got to chuck loose as a homeboy because he crazy. So I get it.
Fingers crossed for him. We will see what happens. Looker. Homegirl in South Freeland This is a freaky plot line, I feel like.
Yeah.
What are the names of them?
The Sange is the white
Sanges
people.
are
The
the white-
Purdy is the black people.
Yes. So what I think is really interesting about this is I feel like a lot of communities, at least down south where I grew up, are still super segregated like that, where you don't interact with the other race really at all.
Yeah. So the Sange, the white people are living like in the town, and they have the black people, the Purdy, living in the woods, you know, being farmers, cultivating the land, basically doing what we do, putting our hands to work and building things and making sure that the earth is running correctly, you know, and everybody else gets to run guns on our behalf and all of the weapons, because that's what the Sange are doing. They're basically she said that they come to the city sometimes to just run to get guns and stuff like that. So they have this whole thing where not only is the segregation so, like, I guess not the same, but it's so similar to how it was during actual segregated days. But we see that the black people are poorer. They don't have a lot of resources. All they really have is the woods, their homes and trees, and their farms. And then, you know, the white people, they got the liquor to be, you know, looking to. They got an actual, what are the puppet masters called? Okay.
Puppeteer? Wait, puppet masters?
Yeah, the ones who control the puppets.
Puppeteer.
Yeah,
right?
they got a live one of those, you know, like a person that we have running the Republic right now. And it's just, I'm sorry. So, you know, and so it's just like that, you know, and it's just like we see it, you know, firsthand in this show. And that's what I love about it. It's just so real.
Yeah, it definitely reflects real life a lot. Shout out to everyone in the chat. They're saying that the Looker was actually a vampire in the comics. So I'm interested.
She
chat.
didn't look very vampire-ish.
You said she didn't, or she did?
She didn't.
I thought she did. She looked straight out of Twilight. Even I said 2 weeks ago when this whole thing was happening, I was like, "What in the Twilight is going on here?" And Ivan said it says Looker is a character from the comics, but in the comics she's a vampire. They kind of made her they kind of made her vampy here. She was like super pale. She had the whole thing going on. We find out she comes to South Freeland.
I thought she was really cute.
She was cute. Vampires are cute.
I thought she was
even
really
had
cute. I think I was so like on her lip action. Like, I kill for a good lip color. And they had her set in stone, okay? Especially when she had that dark burgundy. I was like, oh, she looking really nice.
Very
her nails was
vampy.
squeaky.
Anyway.
Granted, they, okay, sorry.
Anyway, back to the plot. Good Lord. We find out that she came to South Freeland 30 years ago about the same time as Jefferson, and there's a lot of what seems like a lot of similarities. We thought Jefferson was the only meta in Freeland.
She was one of the ones that got free, and she took her venom. I'm talking about her venom, but her element, quote unquote, the silver that pours out of her, and she put it into the white people, and now she controls them with theta waves.
Yeah. So Anaya, right?
Yes.
She has twins, one black, one white.
And that was so symbolic.
They're so cute.
I was just like, oh my God, these little babies, they're so cute. One is white, one is black. They both came out of a black woman. Look, black people are the motherland of the earth.
So we have to figure out how to get these angelic babies, these innocent babies, over to Freeland to keep them
Safely, yeah.
Because even though they are, you know, half and half, the Looker still has an issue with them and still has it out for them and wants both of them. So they go try to, you know, get to Freeland. One baby makes it. The other one is now in the hands of
the Looker.
And that's
it just so happens to be the black one. So she's holding this black baby.
And she's big mad.
And she's big mad. Like, first of all, she looked at the baby and she said, "What am I supposed to do with this?" I said, "Oh, that's what we doing to babies. I can understand you not liking black people, but this baby is only 5 seconds old, okay? The least you can do is embrace it like it's a new person into the world. You ain't even got to look at the color yet. At least embrace it like it's a new person. It's a baby. You supposed to be, you know, generous with babies, but she went on that.
She went in on that. But that's basically where the episode ends, is we see that, you know, one baby's safe, one baby is not, and Jefferson is still very much in the woods.
Yeah.
So...
Because he's following the elements. He's going to go see what to look at.
Yep. But let's hop into Gamdar because I feel like we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so first of all, Gambi is not dead.
We done told y'all.
So, for our Gamdar segment, if you do not know, this is a segment where we talk all things Gambi, what he up to, what he doing, what we think he doing, all that, okay? So, on this particular episode on Chapter 2 of the Book of Blood, he's yet alive and well, okay? Yet alive and well. And not only that, he has this tracker inside of the drone that just so happens to help them during the fight scene. And I knew right then and there that Jefferson was going to soon find out. But Jefferson already knew that homeboy wasn't really dead. So that was like a give and take. But him sending that drone to go help them fight because Anissa's tracker went off, he like, oh no, I'm going to go save my people. And he tried his best. Granted, one of the Sange people did tear the tracker up. But for this moment, that was a very like, hey, I'm still with y'all. Hey, I'm still here to help y'all. I still got y'all back thing from Gambi that I really appreciate because he didn't have to do that. He could have just sat back and watched, even though he knows all and be all. So my thing of the thing here with Gambi is basically what I can put it. So he kills the one person who could have told him, who hired him to basically assassinate him. And yes, the guy really didn't know because he was paid through Bitcoin. So blase, we have that. But at the same time, I think if he had been just a little bit more patient, he would have at least got a name out of him. But now Gambi has no name. He doesn't know who actually, put a hit on him. So we have nothing right now.
Real quick, I want to say I feel like he killed him because he realized that guy was useless because he didn't know anything. And then also, I really like when DC and Marvel kind of do this, not the same thing, but they kind of cross-reference each other. I always think that's really fun when they kind of do like a nod to the other universe. And so I thought it was cool that Gambi, the way that he, survived was the whole trap door in the car type situation.
That was so nice when he showed us that.
Yeah, because that is definitely a Marvel reference with Nick Fury, right? Chat, I think that's his name, Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson's character in the Marvel films. But yeah, he has escaped death a couple times by going through a hole in his car. So
I knew it had to be something. I just didn't know what it was. I was trying to figure out how he disappeared. But that opened the little bottom of the thing, slide through. Okay, you out of there. Now watch that mug blow up. It was really smart of him.
I was here for it. I'm here for Gambi being back, doing his thing or what.
Doing my thing.
Let's hop into our OMBL moment of the week. For those of you who don't know what that is, digging it. It is our Oh My Black Lightning moment. It's kind of our OMG moment of the week. The moment in the show where we were like, oh, dang, that just happened. So what, Porchia, is your OMBL moment?
So I have two. Okay. On this episode, my first one was when she was giving birth and the first baby came out. It was a little black baby. I'm thinking everything's all good. And then she started having contractions again and then pushes out another baby. Like, we didn't know she was having twins. She pushes out a whole nother baby. And then not only that, the baby is white. I was like, oh, my BL. Like, what's going on here? And then my second one was when Tobias was like, I've been waiting to beat your pasty ass. Because I did not expect him to go full throttle on Tobias right then and there. But Khalil he was ready for it. Tobias giving him that speech. He turned around like, oh, I've been waiting to beat your pasty ass. Let's go. And so I was like, oh, it might be L. Like, he grew some balls. He stepped up. That was nice.
He was all gas, no brakes. My own BL moment, I'm going to have to agree with Ivan Soto. With Black Lightning and Anissa fighting the Sange in the woods. I love the fight sequences on this show. I think they're so badass. I love, especially because I feel like they hype Anissa up to, like, Thunder always has the coolest fight sequences in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong,
she's amazing.
She is. Don't get me wrong, Black Lightning, he's out there with his muscles and whatnot doing the damn thing. But Anissa,
she be killing. Like,
with style.
Yeah. She didn't even need her suit. She like, forget y'all. She gonna put this mask on and get to work on y'all.
Yeah. Fandom D Saint says his OMBL moment was when Tobias, after the fight, after he defeated Khalil, said, "You broke my fish tank." That was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Christina says that hers was Tobias versus Khalil fight. The Thunder fight scenes are amazing. Yeah, you guys let us know in the comments this week what your OMBL moments were, and we'll be sure to comment back and, like, you know, chat. Keep it cute. Keep it funky. I don't want to hop into predictions because we're literally about to hop into the next episode, so we'll save them for that. But you guys stay tuned because we're going to take a little break, but then we're going to be right back to discuss this week's episode. So we'll see you all in a couple minutes. Okay? I'm Drew Jones. You can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ. See you in 5 minutes.
I'm Porchia Carter. You can find me on all things Porchia Carter. Make sure y'all come back.
All right, guys. We'll see you in literally 5 minutes. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.